Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 rounds in the super featherweight division. Brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry, along with their great sponsors, Riyadh Season, That Prize Guy, Global Next Trade, 32 Red, and Unibet. When the bell rings, our referee in charge and scoring this contest will be Kevin McIntyre. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing white trunks and weighed in officially at 128.8 pounds. Coming to us from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, he brings a professional record of 8 wins, 8 defeats, with 3 of his 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mario Victorino Vera. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing gray with orange and weighed in officially at 129.1 pounds. Coming to us from Caguas, Puerto Rico, he had a stellar amateur career and now as a professional is undefeated with 1 victory. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Yandiel Chinito Lozano.
Lads, what a good clean contest. Obey my commands at all time. Defend yourself at all time. Touch gloves, let's go to town.
Well, bout number 2 of the evening, ready to get underway. And if you're just joining us, a warm welcome. We're not so warm, we're in an ice rink, but you are joined by myself, Darren Rees, Zach Miller and Josh Taylor. Boxing out of those grey and orange shorts is Lozano from Puerto Rico. And in the white shorts is Mario Vera of Mexico. Josh, on the way to the venue, we were speaking about some of your former opponents. Yeah. And the Mexicans, they're tough, aren't they?
Yeah, they're tough. They're tough as old boots. And they can fight, and they know they're boxing too. They know the way around a boxing ring. Quitting and all that isn't these guys' vocabulary. But this has been a great start straight away. No messing around with these 2 guys.
No mucking around at all. Lozano getting straight to work on his UK debut. Fight number 2 for him. As I said, 119 wins in the amateurs. Comes from the same gym and area as Miguel Cotto and plenty of other very, very talented fighters. Lots of talk about him, and that was a strong, straight left hand that was. And Vera finds himself on the canvas, and I don't really know if he realised...
It looks like he's hurt a little bit here. Looks like he's
how he got there,
a little bit.
Yeah, Lozano's come out absolutely on fire. What a start. I mean, to have the amateur pedigree what he's had, you know you've got to be good, but this is some performance up to now.
It's good, and that left hand of his really
I can't see this lasting much longer, you know.
No. And lovely body shot again. His body and head, he's quality fighter.
Yeah, he's mixing up his shots well, the variations of his shots with the power and the speed, and his little step back after that little combination there. His little step back to give himself a little bit of space, and then went back to the body. That was beautiful.
Yeah, nothing's reckless, you know. He's letting his hands go, but he's very aware of what's going to come back. So, yeah, he's switched on.
Yeah, this isn't lasting much longer.
Body and head and body from Lozano, who's really going for it, and there's a clear difference in levels between these 2. Vera is one of those typical kind of tough Mexican away corner fighters, but the pedigree which Lozano's got is showing.
Yeah, if he wants to stick in here tonight, he's going to have to earn his money.
And the Puerto Rican, every shot he throws is unforgiving, isn't it? He's got 100% power behind it. And he don't want to get paid for any overtime.
No, he's good. He's varying the speed and the pace of the shots as well, which is offsetting the Mexican.
Don't know if it looks like his eyes kind of swelled up a little bit there, his left eye, already.
Yeah, Vera's definitely. He's got some marking above that left eye. But that was a tough round for him, wasn't it?
Yeah,
he did well.
he
Did well to last those 3 minutes, Zach.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did. That was a very good round. He come out absolutely on fire, and
Yeah, that left eye's bothering him there. He's dabbing away at it.
I bet he's never had a first round like that, the Mexican. But no, that was from the Puerto Rican lad there, Lozano. That was some first round. Yeah, it was quality. Good boxing, good defence, everything. He's trying to get everything. Just
Good
in one
feet
round.
as well. Good
Yeah.
feet positioning that he has. After he's punching, he's taking that little bit of step off to the side. There, a little turn the subtle side off to the left, but not too far out of range for him to go again. So yeah, it's a great start. Looks like I'd be surprised if this goes another round.
I tell you what, there was something which Lozano did earlier on, which was textbook stuff. He threw 3 or 4 shots, and then he caught a left hook on his right hand or his left hand so perfectly, and then just countered straight after.
Yeah.
It's the sort of thing you show a kid in a boxing gym when they're learning. That's how you need to box. That's how you do that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a great couple of first rounds.
Well, will this one go the full 3 minutes? I'm not going to say all the rounds because the way it started, but you never know. Sometimes these things surprise you. And it looks like Lozano's just kind of settled in now. Gauged his distance right.
Yeah, he's having a look. I'd like to see it for the full 6 because he's a good quality
good body
fighter.
shot there. Heard him grunting as well. Heard Vera letting a little grunt there. That right hook.
That left hand whips from Lozano.
Yeah, and he's putting them together, and when the Mexican does return with a shot, that might leave him a little bit more vulnerable as well.
Got a bit of swelling around that left eye as well, Vera, so he has.
Lozano, he's been around boxing for pretty much his whole life, and his amateur coach, I was reading up about him, and just said that he was the most disciplined kid and lived the life. And he said all of his mates were out doing whatever you're doing when you're a teenager, and he was constantly on the road, in the gym, training, preparing for a fight, and he was so coachable. And this is the product which has been produced off the back of it.
Yeah, well, you can see he lives the life. He's very well schooled. He's got that good balance with that left foot. Now he's working his right foot on the outside when he comes to attack. And now he seems to have settled down a little bit. That first round was a bit of a whirlwind. He's kind of settled down, and he's just taking his time by the looks of it now. But yeah, he's taking his time now, and he's picking his shots well and being nice and patient here.
And that shows maturity, doesn't it, Zach, when he's being patient, because he doesn't need to rush his work.
No, it doesn't, and as you've said then, he sounds like the pupil what a coach would want. You know, he's been dedicated to his craft since being young, and it's showing in his performance. You know, look how switched on he is. He's changing the angles, he's doing bits of everything. He's a quality fighter, and he'll want to enjoy it in there. He won't want to rush anything. He had a blister in first round, but he's settled down here, but he's breaking the Mexican down.
That's it, he is breaking him down. And Vera, he doesn't look like he wants to get too involved. He wants to throw enough so the referee's not on his case, but he's just trying to kind of keep his own distance, but from a defensive point of view, isn't he?
Yeah, but he won't want to throw too much to leave himself, you know, open to a counter off the young Puerto Rican.
Lovely southpaw jab there from Lozano. Just snapped the head back of Vera.
Oh, good shot. Good, nice left hand there. Short left hand through the guard.
Yeah, he's getting his front foot over and his head off that line, so even if someone did come back, he's safe.
Yeah, this is a good performance, this. Quite a mature performance. He's working his shots, he's getting them off well, but he's not in a rush. He just seems to be getting his punches off and not jumping too far out of range. He's always in range, which is nice. He seems like a seasoned professional.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't look like this is his second fight at all, does he?
No, it doesn't, and like you say, he's had a lot of amateur experience, and he'll have been sparring pros over there from being 14, 15 years of age. He's a quality fighter, you know, and it's showing here tonight.
Will he still learn from a fight like this, even though he's in full control? And what does this do for a fighter?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I'm just going back to my own personal position when I was in this sort of position in my career. You know, and like you once after the first 30 seconds of the round, you know you're in with a guy that's just nowhere near your level. You can do what you want when you want, so you're not going to learn much in there at all. This is just kind of going to be an exhibition match for him. But by the looks of it, going by these last 2 rounds, it looks like it's going to be just like an exercise to get that win on his record. But yeah, I don't think he'll learn much unless Vera comes out here and tucks up and maybe starts putting something together a little bit.
Well, Lozano's debut was in Atlanta in America. That went 6 rounds. So will he have another points victory on his hands? Or can he get his man out of there? But in boxing, anything can happen. He will always have to have his wits about him. Vera throwing very, very little. Like you said, Zach, I think he's just conscious of what comes back when he throws his own shots, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's trying to look like he's going to throw, you know, his half, putting the jab out there and changing his guard and looking like he's ready to try and make Lozano not throw as such, but it's just a bit of a front, I think. He just don't want to let his hands go and get caught with something coming back.
He looks like he's ready to punch, but he's very hesitant to let his hands go.
Yeah.
Because Lozano is also very sharp with the counters on his third phase.
Like then
so
he
like there,
yeah.
half through it and then through the third phase. So yeah, it's making Vera very cautious here to actually let his hands go.
I think Lozano will probably pick up on that he's just trying to look ready rather than actually going to throw, so he'll probably just start to go on him and go again soon.
Really good work here from Lozano, taking his time, mixing up the tempo, the rhythm, the shot selection, head and body. Solid performance so far. He whips that southpaw jab out as well, doesn't he? It's got some real snap to it.
Yeah, he's got a good punch variety. Of shown some good body shots coming off to the left and firing the left uppercut to the body. Yeah, he's good again there. Made him miss, bang.
I'd like to see him go through the gears a little bit now, though. I mean, he knows he's got Vera hurt and cautious to throw punches, so it'd be good to see Lozano now start picking up the pace, which is now, like I've just said, but yes, go through the pace, start going through the gears, let his hands go a little bit, and put him out of there, because he's in no danger here of things coming back. Things are only coming back just to sort of throw a punch out to stop the referee coming in and having a look.
Yeah, definitely. I think if he started putting a couple of phases together or hitting the angles and going again, he'd get him out of there.
Well, last few seconds, comfortably another Lozano round. He's going to be one of those kids who's going to need to be managed in the right way, isn't he? And I think they've got to be clever with the matchmaking when it comes to him.
Yeah, I mean, he's always had good amateur pedigree, bad amateur background, so fighting another few guys at this level I think would be a waste of time, you know, in terms of, because it would just be the rounds, it's just like a sparring match. So you want to actually try and get fights where he's maybe going to get the rounds, but he's going to have to work a little bit and going to have to figure things out. But here it kind of just looks like he's having a little bit of target practice and doing what he would do in the gym. So that, as developing as a fighter, isn't really doing much for him, you know, in terms of that side of it. He needs him a little bit of a fight. It's going to make him think a little bit what he's going to do, and test him through the rounds, you know. So this kind of fight won't really be doing much for his development, apart from, you know, he's in the professional ring, he's getting some rounds in, that's it really. But he's in absolutely full control here.
Well said, that man. Certainly in full control. But you guys wouldn't mind seeing him just go through the gears a little bit. Like you said, he doesn't necessarily seem to be in any danger.
No, you just don't want to start to see Vera settling into the slower pace of the last round and just sort of seeing the fight out. You know, you want him to see him go through the gears and show what he's got. It's a good stage, it's a big stage. Go out there and put the performance in that you know you can.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for him to get people talking about his name and talking about who he is. And this is well, as I say, it's a perfect stage and opportunity to do it. So I would like to see him kind of go through the gears now, because when he does let his hands go, he catches them like you see, nice and clean. So yeah, I'd like to go through the gears. Go through the gears now.
And Vera having a go back.
Very good defence then as Vera were coming back. He didn't hit him once and he come back with a shot.
He seems to have a little bit more of the bit between his teeth, Lozano, in this round. I don't know, there just seems to be a bit more oomph there with those shots.
He's got to also be careful not to get too carried away, you know, because Vera is coming back with some shots every now and again. So if if he does get lazy and does switch off a little bit too much, he will catch him with some of these shots.
Good body shot.
That was nice.
But going back to what you were saying just a moment ago, Josh, about, I guess, kind of catching him with something and maybe even getting him out of there.
Yeah.
These days, more than anything, like, that's super important stuff, because a clip of a 2-0 fighter putting a fighter like Vera on his backside, like, what that can do for your profile.
Gets people talking.
It does, doesn't it?
Gets
And
people
social
talking
media
about
is
the name,
huge
yeah.
for that.
Yeah, so he'll want to go out there and just like go through the gears and get him out of there. He's in absolutely no danger of what's coming back, what is coming back. So yeah, go through it and get him out of there if he can. I think that would be a good performance. I mean, he knows he's a nice body shot, but he knows he's not in any danger here. So I'm just thinking, right, just go for it now. And that's he seemed to be picking up the pace now and actually digging the shots in. So yeah, hopefully he does get the stoppage. But sorry. Sorry, I just about choked to death there.
Just saved his life.
Yeah, Lozano's like, he's coming back. Vera's coming back every now and again. He's keeping tight. He's obviously very experienced. He's keeping tight and trying to come back with shots when he can.
Yeah, we've got 2 rounds to go after this round, but you just don't want Vera to start seeing the finish line a little bit. You know, that might give him a bit of a push. So I think Lozano now early in the next round, just up the pace, you know, let them hands go. But as Josh said, need to be careful of what's coming back.
It's quite mad, the difference, isn't it, from a kind of opening round to where we are. But from one big fight night to another.
I am the avoided fighter in the heavyweight picture, and I back myself against any fighter out there.
I don't need to be perfect for 12 rounds. I just need to be perfect for that one moment.
I believe people avoid fighting me because I'm dangerous, and I have belief.
There's a lot on the line, there's a lot at stake. And someone's getting knocked out.
So let's get it on.
Knocking on the door for a world title. Incredible stuff. And it just takes one shot.
This is all or nothing.
Well, that one en route, Fabio Wardley, Joseph Parker, the 25th of October. Fabio Wardley just finds something from somewhere, and Parker, well, we know what he's about. What a fight that's going to be. But here we go into the penultimate round of this one, where we've seen Lozano be in full control, and he really had an exciting opening round, but then he just kind of, not necessarily backed off, but the tempo dropped drastically. But he still looked good in the process.
Yeah, he has looked good, and you know, after that first round, a lot of young fighters might have got a little bit overexcited and, you know, probably threw something they shouldn't have and maybe got caught or made a mistake. He's settled down into a nice pace and he's boxing well, but like we've said, I do believe he can go through the gears.
That was nice, that from Lozano, just kind of pivoted to the right and then just wound that lead hook into the body. And there it is again, nice. That straight right hand, straight left hand upstairs.
Yeah, he's taking his time this round here.
Yeah, Vera then, the range is very tight, you know, but Vera's looking like he's going to throw, but I just don't think he is.
God, that lead hook there from Lozano really smashed into the glove of Vera.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, his range
Nice variation
is
of
good.
the
Yeah.
combinations. Yeah, the head to the body there. Nice long lead right hook. That was nice.
Great accuracy as well.
Yeah.
He doesn't miss with much, does he?
No, and the shots are full length, you know, his range controls is good. Right at the end of his shots.
Vera looks the most hesitant he has since that opening bell went.
Yeah, Lozano would love him to throw in now and draw something off him, but I just don't think he's going to give him anything.
His eyes closing up a little bit here, his left eye.
You get the
Nice.
feeling that Vera can't wait for that final bell to ring, get himself off to Glasgow Airport and back to Mexico.
Yeah, it's a lot warmer there as well.
Tell you what, it is freezing in here, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my toes are freezing here.
When it's really busy later, it'll warm up nicely. A little bit of a retaliation from Vera, which I mean, that was the most kind of inactive round from maybe both of them, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, Lozano still did stuff, but not as much as he was.
yeah, it's because he's so comfortable as well, and he has tried to get him out of there a couple of times, but he's quite tight with his defence, so it's hard to get some of these combination punches through. So it'd just be a waste of energy. So he's trying to just sort of get through the rounds, but it would be nice to see him push on and get that stoppage, because then that would put a little bit of a statement out there.
It certainly would, but this is what's coming up on the main broadcast later. I want to pick out one fighter just for now, and we'll talk about the others as the night goes on. But John Joe Carrigan makes his professional debut tonight. I was telling you guys on the way here, I called his last amateur fight when he won the Under-19 World Championships in Colorado last year. He cruised to that gold medal. Serious talent. It'd be interesting to see how he gets on in the pro game, because in ways they're different sports.
Yeah, they're absolutely different sports. You know, for one thing, 6 rounders straight away, so he's going to have to learn to pace himself a little bit and then start sitting down on his shots.
But a 6th and final round of this one. I don't think any of us expected it to get to this, did we?
No, I don't think, not after that first round anyway, but Lozano's cruising here. Maybe he don't want to take any risks now, you know, getting caught, even getting a cut or something like that. He'll want to be back out as soon as possible after this performance.
It's shown a lot of maturity here, actually, not going out and going guns blazing to get him out, because he's had him hurt a couple of times with the body shots and stuff, but he's doing well to stay calm and poised, man. He's shown like he's had some experience here, so yeah, he's shown maturity here as a pro, and just now sitting tight, he knows he's well ahead and just looking for some clean shots rather than try to get the finish there.
Do you think it's a bit tactical as well, that he knows that he can probably get him out of there, but actually quite like to bank the 6 rounds?
I'm not sure. I mean, obviously every individual thinks differently. You know, myself, if I knew I could get him out there, I'd get him out of there. What's the point in being in there for 6 rounds if you can get him out in 2 or 3? But he's maybe just thinking he wants to practice on the craft and things like that. Maybe I don't know what the coaches are saying, but maybe work on this, work on that shot, enjoy the rounds, get the rounds. I don't know. So, but yeah, it would be nice to see him stick the foot on the gas and get him out of there.
It's a nice lead hook to the body there from Lozano, and Vera just kind of exhaled a big chunk of breath, and that one hurt him.
Yeah, he's up the pace here, Lozano. He stepped on it a little bit, but
Good body shot as well.
yeah. But Vera here, he's closing on that finish line. There's only a minute left in the round, you know. I think there's been an head clash there.
Yeah, it was a clash of heads. Probably not going to help that left eye, which already had some swelling on it.
Getting himself a little breather here, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was his right eye, actually. That was a lovely backhand hook there from Lozano.
Yeah, he snuck it round the back of the guard. It was a nice shot.
Yeah, it looks like he's just going to see it with his final 20 seconds.
Assuming he hears that final bell, which
Nice shot.
I think he will.
He's done well there, the Mexican, you know.
Very well.
We're back out again next week, this boy.
It's incredible, isn't it? What a job.
No one's having a go.
Good
The
man.
last few seconds. But you know what? It's a good win, and it's a win, Josh, that Lozano can look back on and work out what he did well.
Absolutely, you know, it's very, very, very early on in his career. It's the very start, so he's done well there. He maybe could have put the foot on the gas a little bit here and there, showed a little bit of the angles and got him out of there, but he was so far ahead, and you don't want to risk getting caught as well, you know, because he was catching on shots, but he was still in there and still tough and hanging in, so you don't want to risk getting caught with one of them big looping left hands or one hand over the top. When it's your sort of chance to shine. So yeah, I think that's a great display from him there. Shows a lot of maturity.
Yeah, maturity's a good word to sum up that performance. He could have got carried away and just really gone for it, but he didn't. And surely he'll cruise to 2-0. Thomas Schreiber is here to tell us right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, our referee in charge, Kevin McIntyre, scores the contest 60-54 for your winner, Yandiel Lozano.